Hello everyone, this is James Hendrick for the Oratory. We're beginning a journey here into the world of public speaking as I deal with you the certain aspects of presentation mastery. I am a podcaster, self-published author, blogger, and motivational speaker. So come with me on this journey as we discover the oratory. Okay, for this particular episode, we're going to talk about being curious for your audience, okay? This goes along with a mastermind movement I'm going to be starting at some point called Empower Your Pattern. And rule number 2 of Empower Your Pattern is know your audience. Anybody that's successful needs to know their audience, their target market and audience, in order to grow and to be able to be strong. Now, I read in Del Toro McNeil's book how he does Facebook surveys and the like. I prefer something like a questionnaire in my mind that deals with, more content, quality over quantity, if you know what I mean. So, questionnaire format would work well with me as far as that's concerned. Also, I tend to ask when I was in church, back in 2014, I was often called to speak in different congregations in my church about overcoming adversity. And it got to be after the first time I didn't feel right just giving the same canned presentation. So I would ask my friend, he's now Bishop Dave, would ask him about the audience and what he felt like their needs were and how important that is. You don't want to make the same canned presentation every time. Get into the heart of what your audience wants and needs. Okay? Because that gets into the heart of branding, if you know what I mean. Okay? Branding is something that you need to know whether you're doing this as a job or a career, or even if you want to be a professional speaker. You want to make the brand that you are working for or with shine through, if you know what I mean. It's part of being the oratory. Okay, so really many ideas I've received about knowing what your audience needs are from public speaking textbooks. Even the English composition textbook I had when I was at Odessa College. Now, I don't give very much of my history on this particular podcast, but there will be one that is on my birthday when I will give a little bit of my history, the background of what made me the man I am today and what made me so curious about being towards my audience and bringing them my best. I always do my best to bring them my dead level best whenever I'm giving a speech. Public speaking has been in my blood, and I remember one time there was a little card table that we put in my uncle's room, raised it to where it was like a pulpit, and I would stand up there and I would preach. And my grandmother caught me doing that one day. It was in my uncle's room. He and I were the same age. And my grandma caught me in there preaching. And she said, well, there's my grandson James, my little preacher. And in a roundabout way I do deliver my testimony once a month at church. I still talk about my faith and how important it is. And have a reverence for my faith. But the fact of the matter is, God calls us to be curious about our audience. Otherwise, how can we, especially if you're doing it professionally for any reason, how can you expect to have the best branding possible if you don't know what it takes to reach your audience, okay? You have to know what it takes to reach your audience and to see what they need or want. Questionnaires is one way. Another way is I would go to the person that's planning the event that's asked you to speak and see if they can also give you a general idea what they think that the audience needs as well. Because the same canned presentation doesn't count always, so you need to have the best possible presentation. And in order to do that, you have to have that curiosity to look into what the audience needs and wants. It goes along, like I said, when I start my Empower Your Pattern Masterminds. The second rule is know your audience. And so you need to know your audience in order to have this. Because I'll tell you something, there's nothing like it. I would preach, know your audience until the cows come home, if that's what it took. Because I'm a firm believer in that. That's why I believe that you have to be curious about what your audience wants and needs before you just tailor-make your speech. That way you know what your audience needs. You deliver your speech, but you sweeten the pot by giving them little tidbits of things that they want and need. Okay, so I hope you find this helpful. We hope that you enjoyed listening to the oratory. If you like what you hear, please subscribe. Hit the red subscribe button. We're available on YouTube, Google Podcasts, Spreaker, and the like. I hope this helps you out a lot. And just know that we'll be back again tomorrow for yet another wonderful adventure. Take care, and God bless you.